Welcome viewers. Now I shall discuss MSExcel pivot table, and as an example I shall discuss portfolio management using this pivot table. First of all, I shall discuss what is MSExcel and its pivot table, how to create a pivot table, then the graphical representation of data. We know that MSExcel is a very powerful tool for data analysis. It is having several tools and functions for data analysis. Among all these things, pivot table is one of them and is very powerful. It is having a very strong graphical user interface. Pivot table is an interactive tool for quickly analyze the data. It is having several mathematical functions for calculating, summarizing, analyzing the data. It can answer unpredictable questions from the data analysis. Not only that, it is having functions so that it can compare data of different tables and it can perform trend analysis. That's why it is a very powerful tool for trend analysis. It provides perspective view of data from different sides. That's why it is important. And this pivot table is a Microsoft trademark for MSExcel. It is having several functions. With that function, it is possible to summarize, averaging, range identification and outlier calculations. And it provides us the tool to represent data in very simplified form so that we can analyze it. This pivot table is having 4 components: columns, rows, values and filters. In columns, it arranges the data of the table in a unique manner, that is, it removes all the duplicate records. Similarly, in a rows also, it removes all the duplicate records and arranges the data in a rows. Values are the value of cell, whereas filters are tools to screen the data so that we can have a specialized view of the data. While preparing a pivot table from MSExcel, we have to keep in mind that data should not have any garbage. That is, it should be well organized. There should not have any blank rows or blank cells, and no data garbage in and around the Excel sheet. If this is so, then we can convert that Excel sheet directly to table, and from that table we can call the pivot table. Now, for example, consider a hypothetical portfolio Excel sheet where several fields are there, columns are there. We need only few of them for pivot table analysis, but here I am having several fields at the column heading so that I can represent the portfolio in a better way. Serial number, stock symbol, company name, sector, quantity, average cost, current market price, change of market price from the last value, value, that is how much he has invested, and what is the present value, days gain percentage, realized profits, unrealized profits and its percentage. Now, since in this Excel sheet there is no data outside the Excel sheet and there is no blank line in the Excel sheet, we can convert it directly to table for pivot table calculation. For this, we have to select the Excel sheet by clicking any cell. Then move to insert, and in the insert select table. So it will select the entire Excel sheet, and by pressing we can convert this Excel sheet to table. But here I shall not do it because I want this Excel sheet in interact entirely. That's why I have created a table outside of it. So this is the table where all the columns are there and the heading of the table is same as the Excel sheet heading. Now, from this table we can call the pivot table by clicking any cell of the table. So click cell, then move to insert, and in the insert select the chart menu, and in the chart menu select pivot chart table. In the pivot chart there is 2 options, pivot chart and pivot table. Select the second one. So it will create a pivot chart and table template. So while creating it, it will ask that whether you want to create it within the Excel sheet or outside of the Excel sheet. Now for that, it will take the name of the entire table, it will give a name to the table, and it will ask you where you want to create the pivot table. Now create the pivot table and pivot chart. In the pivot table, you click it, you will get all the column names of the table and 4 components of pivot table: filter, columns, rows, values. And the pivot chart, again you will get all the field names and filters, legend, access and values component of the pivot chart. In the pivot table, select 2 pivot column, any, not only column, you select as columns as per your requirement. So I have selected sector name and company name. So it will arrange all the savings under the sector names. Then you select the investment, that is value at cost, and the current value of the investment, that is value at market price. So it will show everything, of the investment and the market price in B and C columns, and it will create the bar graph of the investment. So from here you see that it is showing in blue line the investment and in red line the present value. You can change this to other graph also, like you select under insert recommended charts, from the chart you select line, it will draw the line where it will show that how much profit the person has made. From the red line it is clear that he has made a good profit in each and every savings. Now you can select pie chart also. So pie chart will show the distribution of all the investment. Now for a better understanding, you select banking. So it is showing 3 stocks of banking sector: ICICI Bank, Life Insurance and State Bank of India. Now you can put labels over it by selecting labels, putting it outside the pie chart, then selecting more and replacing value by percentage, then the company name and legend. So it is showing that the State Bank of India is having 81% savings and ICICI Bank has 14% and LIC has 5% savings. Now I want to show you another data analysis. For this, just again go to the original data and remove B and C by removing these 2 fields from the value, remove field and remove second field. Now put quantity here and current market price here. I want to show you now that how we can use this to answer some unpredictable questions. Here, if I draw the line graph, then it will show the pattern of the person's investment. See, it is showing the pattern of the investment, that is, he has purchased less units when the price is high and high unit when the price is low. In this way, you also can call different fields and compare the fields with respect to the pivots. So if you can sum up the presentation in this way, that Excel is definitely a good data analysis tool, Pivot table can arrange the data so that we can view it from different perspective. Table is a very good tool, and that can also be used for data analysis, and graphical tool is the added advantage with the pivot table. Thanks guys. Don't forget to like the presentation and select the subscription. Don't please send your suggestion to the mailing address. Thank you.